Fuck. Thank you, Taser. Look. It's not a Dirty Dan stream if I ain't fucking up the intro in some way, shape, or form. So let me start that over again. Yo, what's going on, YouTube? We're gonna be chilling out a little bit today. Nothing crazy. I might try and fire up some other games if we have like a fair amount of people in here. Really kind of just looking at looking for some input. If the stream looks nice, if the quality is like decent enough. I know that I need to do upgrades onto my rig, which is going to vastly improve the quality of said streams. When I, you know, I'm going to start streaming other shit. It's been long enough. So, if we have some people in here, I'll look to load some stuff up, look for some input, and I'll just casually play some other shit. Tommy, welcome to the stream, and Taser, welcome to the stream. Thank you again, Taser. This is my first time streaming. I'm a little nervous, so bear with me, guys. Yeah, Tommy, so I don't think the whole negotiating thing works in Imperium level KVKs. It's pretty much like, you better defend your shit or it's gonna get taken from you. I could be wrong, but that's the sense that I get. Dutone, welcome to the stream. So we might have a first for me, and my mic does not sound good. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Test. Get my phone. You know what it is too, Dutone? Okay, so I do know what it is. So I noticed that on one of my streams, I've been redlining because I kind of changed. It seems more sensitive now though. I kind of changed, like I've been sitting closer to my mic, which is causing it to have like a little bit of feedback and redline. Let me just, hello, testing, 1 2 1 2. It's still peaking on red a little bit. Is that better though, Dutone? Let me pull up stream on my end too. I did notice this, and thank you for reminding me, because it was bothering me on the last stream that I did, because it was a stream where we were just kind of like hanging out and yapping, and I was like, I don't like the way that this sounds. Hold on, let me see. Yes, it does still seem very loud. I don't know why that is. It's not. Hold on. Let me pull it up again. No, still not good. Yeah, I gotta bring it down. I don't know why. So what happens in OBS a lot of the time, the odd thing is that I have to bring it down to like the level of which my volume is at. It's very like, it's like very raspy or like feedbacky. Okay, so I'm gonna have to try and diagnose that. I've lowered it. I'm not getting into the red just yet. Let me know. I'll continue to try to adjust it and bring it down. I just don't want to bring it down too low, because then I have to like really project my voice, and that takes quite a toll, and I would rather just be able to like talk normally. So it should be a little bit better now, I hope. Yeah, I don't know. All right, we'll have to try it. I don't know. Testing 1 2. Better ish, kind of. Let's see. Yeah, so back to Tommy's question. Yeah, we might have a first here for me at least. I don't think I've ever had a KVK where we successfully defended like zone 6s and prevented them from taking our circles and taking our sanctuaries and stuff like that. So we might have a first on our hands, for me at least, in my Rise of Kingdoms like career. We do have level 4 passes opening in like 32 hours or so, roughly around there, I would say. 36 39 hours. So 39 hours and we'll get level 4 passes opening, so we might get a little bit of action then. I'll try and stream that. We have been like messing around, building onto the passes. We took a flag down over here to prevent Earth from touching this pass as well. So we've had some shenanigans, as they call it in 93, where we're just getting a little bit of NKVK fun. And through those shenanigans, I've actually brought up my KP a little bit more. So I feel like I always end these KVKs like right before hitting like a decent milestone. Like I think a few KVKs ago it was 11 billion. Now I'm just shy of hitting 13 billion. So, yeah, go figure. But yeah, we're gonna look to hold these, and let's see what kind of rewards. Actually, I'm really not sure. Coalition. Camp rewards? No. Individual. So we're gonna get some conversion stones. We're gonna get our iconic crystals. I've never finished this ever, and I'm probably not going to be able to finish it. What's up, Hunky? Trying to. Does it still sound like shit? Yeah, content creators have a pretty hard time with, our filters for some reason. I don't know, shit just resets on us. Yeah, I don't know. I was having issues with it before, but, yeah, if we hold these circles, what do we get? Is it in individual? I'm not even sure. B. We're actually getting a fair amount of conversion stones. 2 transmutation crystals. No, not that, not that. Where are the... Circle. Not occupation. Conquest. So we're not going to have 2 sanctuaries. We're just going to look to deny. 4 circles we won't get. So we're pretty much, we're not going to get extra rewards. We're just going to look to deny rewards, which is fine. I'd be curious to see if we make a play at a Crusader Fortress, but that might be tough because it's going to be 1v2. What's up, Lore? Yeah, I found it finally. I rarely look at these, to be honest. 2 Crusader Fortresses. Yeah, so we're not going to get any additional rewards. We are going to just look to simply deny 960 and Earth Camp some more rewards. So if we do hold out on this, I mean, it's pretty cool. Like I said, I've never in my 6 years of playing, you know, been on a losing side, and we've been able to hold these throughout the end of KVK. It's just a lot of work, but we've done a really good job of setting up the forts in front of the passes and kind of denying them. I think they're waiting for. I mean, they do have the chance here to kind of start popping in and attacking us from both sides. But again, there's no really fort drop spots, so they're gonna have to burn through the forts first. Only the Crusader fort actually denies something. Circles too, because they're gonna have 3 circles on each of their ends, so they do want to come in and get our circles. Because you need 4. 2377 did the same. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's been other kingdoms. It'll be the first time in my Rise of Kingdoms career that I'm on the side where we're able to successfully deny. So it would be pretty cool. They will get both. Oh yeah, duh. Because yes, they will. Yeah. They have 4 circles already from Water Camp Zone 6. And then yes, this Crusade. True. Yes. Correct. And they have 1, 2. Oh no, they would need the sanctuary for the 2. But yeah, we'll see. If we hold it, we hold it. If not, then that's fine. We are pretty much starting this recovery now, to the extent that I can really recover, because I do not do a lot of barb chaining. This week also too, as we were kind of looking at it, we do have 365 and 1875 Kingsland. I don't think it's tomorrow. I think Rubio told me tomorrow. I don't know how it'd be tomorrow though. Because this is Heroic Anthem, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I do think that we will be doing a little bit of piloting on this front. It's Heroic Anthem. Yeah, so they're gonna have their pass opening in like 3 days. Rubio said it was tomorrow, and I don't know what that was about. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But we probably will be doing some flying over here for, I think, for 365. Yeah. I thought for a minute this was. I thought for a minute this was Tides of War, because in Tides of War, when your level 7 pass is open, it is like only 24 hours until your King's Land opens. So they will have these. So we might even come on stream if there's anything crazy going on, but it's just going to be level 7. So I don't expect there to be much fighting. It's just going to be a lot of this for the next 3 days, unless they try to do something funky. But yeah, we're gonna look to do some flying for 365, I believe. So that will probably come on the weekend. So we will have some content there, and because of the I guess the openness around piloting now, I'm gonna look to get myself set up to pilot a little bit more through the off season just to get some content, and I have some things planned for that, which should be kind of fun to add to the stream. King's Land should be Friday. Yeah, probably same as ours. Yeah, same timeline. It's RoK Anthem, so King's Land should be on Friday. Although Friday I definitely won't be piloting because I'm going to a concert Friday night. So if anything, Saturday or Sunday, I might be looking to pilot for 365 if they need the assistance, of course. So we shall see there. So stay tuned on that. That'll be a pretty good POV. This is going to be a pretty banger of a King's Land here. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like, to be honest. 2489 at first 3 with 365. Seems a little OP to me. But 2748 down here with 1875, no slouch for camps either, so. Been running 2 accounts for many years now, decided to slowly go down to 1 account. What's up, Spring? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I mean, I had like a mini account that I was doing at one point, but like I just can't. And even like the other game that I picked up, the other city builder, Avatar, Realms Collide, I can't do 2 accounts. I don't have the attention span to do so. What's up, competition? Welcome to the stream. We got First Zone War on Thursday. Oh, nice. Yo, if you need any pilot assistance, let me know. 3 accounts I'm trying to get rid of, dude. It feels like a job logging into them all. Yeah, I mean, I think for a lot of the seasoned Rise of Kingdoms players, I think a lot of us are kind of at that point. You just want to kind of run the 1 account and then just kind of call it a day. Because there's a lot of work. Ish. I mean, depending on what your off seasons look like. If you're doing, you know, your 4 requirements and stuff, you still have to be like pretty active to maintain these accounts and to keep them up and ready for KVK. So it is challenging for sure. Let's see if we can find a nice easy cluster. I'll take 2s and 3s. It's fine. I guess we could probably do some arms training too. It'll be my first time doing arms training in quite some time because there's no more rage loading after this last update. So that was part of the reason why I hated doing arms training. It's because you have to wait down near, 20 seconds or 10 seconds, let's say, to proper. Actually, it's probably a little bit more to rage load. It's just annoying. 20 farms? Oh my gosh. Bringing my main to 2650 and getting rid of the 1 in 2650, but it's just 1 kingdom dying and me using it to go down to 1 account. That's fair. 20 farms is fucking no joke. I mean, I was running like 10 at one point, and that takes like your initial logs, like on reset, take a little bit because you want to claim all your goodies and stuff. Or like any new events that pop, and that'll take like probably like an hour or so if you're doing it like the proper way. Well, the non-optimized way, I should say. I don't know. Oh, I just realized. I don't know. Actually, wait. We might do some piloting. We're going really heavy into Grand Prix practices now, so I actually don't know if I'll be streaming this weekend. Because I think we have 4 practices this week. And I don't know if I'm going to want to stream after practicing and then debriefing and working out what we need to work out from a team perspective. So let's hold on the thought of streaming this weekend. I will try to though. It might just be like later in the day. So I'm just gonna need a little bit of a break after doing like, it'll probably be like 5 hours Saturday and Sunday worth of practice and stuff for Grand Prix. Nice. We shall see though. We shall see. We shall see. So I did mention too, while I was muted, I think, I am gonna look to probably play something else towards the end of the stream. I'm kind of just looking for feedback. You can be brutally honest. I know it's not gonna look the best because my PC needs quite a few upgrades. But I just want to see if it's like doable. I ran test streams with my wife before, and she said it was good, but I know that she can sometimes not be super honest with me, and you know, I do believe her, but I want kind of brutally honest feedback because I need to know what to fix. AB, what's going on, man? Running out of AP, the most annoying thing. Yeah, they gotta lift that nerf, honestly. I would love if, so I actually did this morning because I noticed I had a full hospital, and because of this KVK tech, this celestial guidance, you get your helps automatically, which is beautiful. I wasn't even able to clear 112k out of my hospital on all my helps, which seems rather low. I don't know why it's that low. But those are at 3,500 a clip. So 100, how was it 112? No, let's say like 160, I want to say. Minus the 40k that I still have in my hospital, so it's 120k divided by 3,500. 34 times. So I don't know if that's on par or not, but it seemed a little low. And it's kind of bougie that you can't heal past that. It was so pretty done. No lie, I was confused when I seen the thumbnail photo. I was like, when did I subscribe to this Asian guy's channel? Well, I am Asian, so I'm half Asian, but I am still Asian, so you have been subscribed to this Asian guy's channel for a little bit. Sounds like no trust in a relationship, but no, of course there's trust. I mean, especially in the nature of our relationship, there needs to be trust. But I know that she, even though she's being honest with me, I know she's probably sugarcoating a little bit of things. So, yeah, we'll boot up some. We'll boot up some rivals. I actually haven't played with the sounds on that, so I'm gonna have to do that live because the sounds are probably gonna be all fucked. Are you Asian? I thought. Well, okay, so I guess maybe that's the joke that Sofrito's trying to get at. Now that I don't have my mustache, you know, he's like, oh shit, there's an Asian guy. Yes. Okay. Now I'm catching on. Now I'm catching on. We lost AB. It was a hell of a KVK, or it was a hell of a Kingsland, I should say. We did get in the zone 5. We won that. Level 7 passes or whatever in RoK Anthem, and then 4-day long Kingsland was kind of wild. really good time. I think we ran out of a little bit of juice, and I think maybe could have taken a couple different approaches throughout the King's Land, but you know, hindsight's 2020. But all in all, it's a good KVK for my second Imperium KVK. I'm quite happy, especially going up against, you know, the strongest kingdom in the game. We did just get under 2 billion KP. We're like 1.9, and I was ranked 61st in power drop from deads in the kingdom, so not too shabby, I'd like to say. Hey yo, who's this? Anchor no kick. Nice name. Ballsy? I mean, I broke it down last week. Was it last week? Like right as we were still kind of in King's Land and getting pushed out. And I think Plotto even mentioned something similar to what I had said as well. I mean, we were a half of a flag away from really doing a fair bit of damage that I think 960 would have. Not to say that they wouldn't have been able to come back from it, but we would have been in a really good position if we pushed onto that flag. I think we just went into defense mode just a little bit too early. But again, hindsight's 2020. Can I have your mustache to donate to charity? What mustache, bro? It's gone. You actually, so I had mentioned I had plans to get rid of it anyway, but like from you fucking, oh, it's barely a mustache. I'm gonna keep it like this for a minute. I'm gonna continue to shave it. Hopefully we get a little bit thicker on the stash. The crazy part is my dad's got like full beard, everything, and I don't know what happened. The genes decided to skip me, I guess. You look so young. Thanks, brother. Look young. I feel kind of young, even though I had to go to a physical therapist a few weeks ago because I was almost certain that my Achilles was gonna fucking go like at any moment, and it turns out that I had like a certain kind of like calf strain. But I was like 90% sure that my Achilles was like hanging on by a thread. So feel kind of young, not fully. Mrs. said winners have winners have a stash, losers have meetings or Grand Prix practice. She likes the mustache, yeah? Why, I don't know, but she likes it. Mustache rides. Let's go see what's going on in this KVK. It tickles. Exactly, mustache rides. Mustache rides for the win. No burn there. No burn there. Dang, 1875 getting bullied a little bit from these two camps being sandwiched by them. Slight burns on both of those forts. And then over here, they're holding their pass. Dude, 2049 looks pretty damn active. I saw... Where's our old buddy? Where's Peanut? I just saw his name. There he is. RoK. No! Oh, there's PTI. That's not 606 PTI, is it? That's... oh, Opti. There's our man, Opti. Where's Peanut? Peanut. Dude. There you go, Opti. Get up in that front of the ball. Someone's name is Try Your Best. Where is Peaky? Peaky in the back. Cheese and kills, yeah. There he is. 34 billion KP, man. This is still like... I was saying Hunter's got one of the better new accounts in the game, but I keep forgetting about Peaky. This account is still ridiculous. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 34 billion KP. 91 million deads. Jesus Christ, dude. $15.6 billion? What's up, Manu? Kinda-ish, one of them, yeah. I was in 2975 with Hunky. So I got to see him firsthand. Yes, he is legit. But I think the approach on that account, honestly, is I think it's... And I think for a lot of these like big Viet accounts, I think they're like groups of people running the account. And they'll all spend on it. So like you get a bunch of rich people instead of just one rich person. And you just stack up an account. Like that's the only way I can imagine that account has been able to do what it's done in like 2.5 years. I should... Yeah, I'll send it to you, Sofrito. Here. We could probably take a look at that too, honestly. I don't know if that's why you were asking me, so we can go check it out. Let's go check out the stats, shall we? Ooh, hello, there's a rally going on. Attila Subutai. I'm surprised no Shapur. Oh, it's in Eleanor, that would make sense why it's not Tupac Shapur. A little underwhelming on the Archer rally, I think, yeah. But I think he's, when you see him against those infantries, I think that's gonna be the real test. Yeah, let's run through these stats. Actually, I haven't seen how we shaped up, because I know kind of claimed, I was like, I'm chasing Sofrito. I think I said someone else too that I wanted to chase in terms of stats, but I can't remember. we see this, or does it need to? I think this needs to get zoomed in a little bit here. Let's see. I didn't do that good either, so Frito, don't worry. I was a little, like, I wanted my kills to be a little bit higher, for sure. Okay, I can see this on my phone, so you guys should be able to see it. If not, then you go into landscape orientation on your phones or whatever. So much internet issues. It wasn't even internet issues for me, it was just... But I think that you're not really much of a KP chaser, I feel like, too. So, like, I don't know. I'm not gonna make claims on anyone, but you know, there are people who chase KP, and their stats are obviously gonna be much better. But also at the same time, like, can't really afford to do much KP chasing because you gotta manage those speed ups. So, so these are the 10-9. Oh, this is season 19. Wait, why does it say season 19? It's not season 19 because that's just a typo. Because Matt Achilles is on this leaderboard here, so. So on our top 5 for KP per zone, in our past 4 we had Maxim. A lot of that was from due to MGE, to be honest. Internet was disconnected almost a week using hotspot. That's fucking wild. using hotspot to fight in a KVK is a little crazy. So we had Maxim, Fatal, Ghost Rider, BG, and Crawl in the top 5 for past 4 alter fights. La Monster, Sharon, Ghost Rider, Thomas Shelby, and Cine. Past 7, we had Maxim again, Douglas, Ghost Rider, Crawl, Swami. And then Kingsland, we had Douglas, of course, Ghost Rider with 27.8 million deads in Kingsland is absolutely ridiculous. Fake Noob with 3.1 million deads. Matt Achilles with 13 million deads. Top 20 for all zones. Let's look at kill point gain. So Douglas with 8.7 billion KP, Ghost Rider with 7.3, Maxim, Matt Achilles, and Crawl rounding out the top 5. Then our man Rubio, Fake Noob, Hazem, Super, Ursa, Swami, Moner, BG. So top 20 was 4.1 billion, and I got like 2 billion KP. 1.9. Oh, I'm not gonna round it up that much. Then top most deads. Holy shite. Ghost Rider with 31 million dead troops. Matt Achilles with 17. Hunter with 13.6. Then you had Shred at 7. Darth Maximus at 6. JZKO. Death Wish 7. GB. Mr. Naif. It's a farm. Cherry. Safe my D. Safe went ham, yo. 4.7 million. How did he do that at 71 million power? Is that a farm? Has to be a farm, no? Boys Toys, BG, Zooted Ghosty, 4 million. Yeah, these are some farms in here. I like it there, Still haven't heard him gag. Is it sounding too loud? Velko? Kadsha. Is it still too loud? He likes the mic touching his lips. I do like having it up here, to be honest, but it's fine. Yeah, I don't know. I brought the volume down on my mic considerably, but if it's still sounding shitty, then I have to figure it out off stream. So I'm really unsure. If we go to, let's go to personal, look up vibrating while talking. Okay. No, I think, hold on. Testing 1 2. Okay, now it looks much lower now. Hello. There we go. Yes, there was definitely, unplugging it definitely helped. This butt plug. Stop giving out my secrets, Hunky, you dick. Overall rank 111, kill point rank 125. Rubio, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. I did get 171% of my goal though, so that's good. We aren't gonna have to get migrated out. Don't yo me, motherfucker. I can do whatever I want. It's my stream, bitch. Sorry, Unky. There you go. Rubio said it for me. 1.3 billion in Kingsland. I don't know if I could have done much more, honestly, because I felt like I was tanking a lot and just fighting super aggressive like we needed to. No, that's all my main. I don't have farms or alts. Is that good? Is that like a good dam or like a bad dam? Are you gonna expose that I'm a D? What's a DW? What is this? He obtains, dude. My farming resource thing hasn't moved in fucking ages. Oh, dead weight. I'll get out of here. Maybe from what like your actual performance was. I don't know. Like your personal performance, because I mean I heard you had a lot of pilot help this KVK, or that's what it seemed like. Like anytime it was like, what is Rubio doing? And it was like, oh, it's his pilot. You watch because I'm a dummy, Hunky. But definitely not dead weight. Oh yeah, dead weight, 589%. Bro, I deal with so many goddamn fucking acronyms for work and shit. Like, I don't need more, all right? I get acronym overload in sales, so fuck off. 3.9 billion KP in Kingsland. That's fucking legit, dude. That is legit. Why yo dead so low, bro? 344? 344 power loss, Rubio? Come on, brother. That's why we lost. Let's look at Sofrito. 114. There we go. There we go. Well, 46 on power loss. I see you. $120 in kill point rank. Yeah, we're. So you had 2 billion. Yeah, I was just shy of the 2 billion. So you beat me, you fucker. How many Rubio with all that fighting that you were doing, your account was doing, how many resources did you spend? 33.8 for me. So Frito, what was yours? Also curious. Bro needs those troops to kill enemies to cover your lackluster Kingsland performance. Oh shush. Lackluster performance, my fucking ass. Suing you for showing that. Dude, yo, you beat me in, wait, power loss and kill point. I think the only thing why your goal percentage is a little bit lower is because you're like 5 million power more than me. Yeah, like you beat me in kill points and you beat me in power loss. But I was 6 million. I was 6 million power less than you. Actually, 2.1 million on my power loss. 2.1. Oh. How is your power loss lower than mine? And I had more actual power loss and T5 deads. Oh, your alts. Probably, right? Oh no. $63 billion for that. Damn. Okay. I see you. What's up, Kier? Show me more of that. Just yeah, we're chilling out. We did the only thing you really missed is we were on leaderboards before. So you can see it's more summarized. So you have your top 5 KP and deads per zone. And then we went down here to look at highest kill point gain in total zones and then highest dead troops, which the main highlight here is Ghost Rider at 31 million deads. And obviously you have Mad Achilles, Hunter. So I mean, this is this right here is evident that like we do need like 5 more players that are going to be able to eclipse 10 million deads, I would say, because a lot of those deads are going to come from swarms. Like Shred Dog, that's a garrison account. I don't want to say it's all from garrisoning, but that is a garrison account where a lot of those troops are going to get lost. Darth Maximus is probably swarming a little bit. I know that's a younger account, I believe, that came in. Jay's KO was swarming. Seven's a garrison account. Death Wish is a farm. GB was doing a fair bit of swarm. Although I feel like GB, Bodzio, I feel like Bodzio entered Kingsland a little too thin, maybe. Because I think I remember seeing him at like close to 100, maybe. I could be wrong, but he is a player. He's up in that 145 million range. We just need a little bit more. Show who's Slack, so when I arrive there, I can have a little more conversation with him. Oh, you have none. Yeah, this is so weird then, Sofrito. I don't get why your power loss rank was higher than mine with 300k less T5 deads. Huh. I mean, it's hard to judge Ray. I mean, it's such a young account. And he's a very low spender, so. But he did beat his farms to shit. Yeah, he got 108. Killed off 1.7 million of his T5s. Whoa. Oh shit, this is cool. Top 20 alt account abusers. Holy shit. Your local boy toy. 21.2 million deads. Honcho 20.8 million deads. Tariq 18.9. Fatty 17.3. Asterix 14. Ember 13.4. Nurs 14. Where's Mr. Moo? Mr. Moo should be on here, I feel like. Doesn't he have like crazy farms? Sorry, I'm like right on the mic again. I guess this would have what it would have been at the end of Kingsland for all talk rewards. That's pretty cool. So this is everything at a glance. This is much better. So now I know to just go here. Ray was rescuing people. Skitty, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. I didn't slack too much, I don't think. Just shy of 2 billion kill points. I think I killed enough on my farms. I am gonna look to pick up a farm in the off season so I can help better with reinforcing stuff. Mr. Moo abuses enemy farm troops. He's got some stacked farms, yo. I'm surprised he wasn't on there. I thought filling 3 million troops is good. 21 million, excuse me? Yeah, there's a lot of the boy toy accounts. So now this says 10.7. I thought it said for Douglas was a little bit less. It was like 9. So I think what I'm gonna want to do for this off season, I'm gonna touch base with Ghostwriter and I'll see if maybe we can do an account review for him. And then I think I want to do an account review for Douglas as well. This is from last season. So this is last season. Okay, that's why. So the rewards info is messed up. Wait. So wait, is this from last KVK then? I'm confused because leaderboards, it's correct because we have Mad Achilles in here. Personal lookup. Oh. Okay, no, I think it's just a typo and the autarchs wasn't updated. 10 to 18 million deads on your farms per KVK. Jesus. That is crazy, sir. 31 million T5 troops. So I can't do rewards. Okay. Okay, so this is a better overview. Ah, okay, cool. Thank you, Rubio. Slacking, they didn't change the text. It's the one thing I think that wasn't changed, so I think we could let it slide. So who is around us? Let's see. KP gain. Frolics, Lib, Orchie's up here, Shred, Poppy Nick, Elsa, but she's a garrison for the most part. Poca at 2 bill. Sofrito 2 bill. Tay at 2 bill. Benny at 1.9. Okay, so I'm not like terribly down there. Again, not as high as I would like to see myself, but I feel like most people usually kind of feel that way, that they want to do a little bit better. And if you don't, then you should probably change your attitude. This is 101 to 200. So this is... Oh, I didn't scroll down. Duh. It's like, why did we jump so far? Zook, a siege main with 1.7. Where's Phil? Where's Phil? Where's Phil? Where's Phil? I know he was around there. Is Zook full siege? I thought Phil had more. Was much closer. Let's see. Dude. Oh, so they both did 1.7. Oh my god. 1.7 billion kill points for both of our siege mains is absolutely disgusting. Ah, shit. Baller at 2.5 bill. Very nice. Ghost Boy at 2.6. Mayo at 3. Yeah, I wanna climb. My goal for these like future KVKs coming up, and I again, I don't know how to manage it because I don't know how much these guys are kind of chasing and cheesing and shit. But I would like to get up into this realm of like top 50 in kills. So like, let's just see if we have halfway point. So like right around here. So I have to shoot for like 2.5 bill plus. And I think that puts me in the range too, because last KVK I had 2.6 billion, and that would have put me, yeah, that would have put me right in the middle of this pack again to be ranked, to bring my I think my overall rank was 69. And I think this KVK, my overall rank was 111. No, I don't think he does either. I don't think he does either. He was much more active this KVK than he was last KVK for sure. Which I think that tells right there that he didn't have he doesn't use pilots. This is mine, Kier. This is just straight my account. There's no farms attached to this. So this is all my account. Definitely want to do a little bit better next KVK. And kill point realm. But again, it's hard to manage. It's really hard. If it's a KVK that's not like crazy like this, where we know we're going to be fighting 960 for, you know, potentially up to a week, can maybe go and cheese a little bit more kills, but it's tough. Thank you. Yeah, it's decent. It's decent. I definitely want better. Definitely want better. But I gotta say, I mean, like, since coming to an Imperium, like, you can see why people have so much kill points, because like each of these, even for like a mid-level player like me, you know, with like, again, like mid-level gear, like the gear's not great, but it's not terrible either, and like armaments and stuff, like to be getting around 2 billion KP every KVK is like legit. Like you're gonna have your account's gonna look so good for KP wise. I think also working on that new tech where you stack your troops is gonna drastically help too. I was watching some of KOSOP, and by your words sound like you were way down. Yeah, I mean, just have high expectations, I guess. Both also gathered more resist than they used KVK, probably. Yeah. Fuck, forgot what I was saying. But yeah, we'll look to do better next KVK for sure. It also means to like trying to just barb chain a little bit more for those speed ups, which I don't do really at all. There's Boba at 2.1, 2 million deads for Boba, too. Yeah. So let's look at all deads. Let's look at power change, actually. So Ghost Rider, Mad Achilles, Hunter, of course. Shred losing 64 million. Actually, hold on. Let's do this. Let's filter. What was our powers like? And then we can look at their power change. Good power drop. Good power drop. Okay. Oh, they, if you know, only hit 90% of their goal. Oof. Ooh, Darth Maximus with a good drop, actually, too. Yeah. Yeah, like 26 million for the Douglas account, although he does rally, so he kind of needs to stay a little fat. Catherine only coming down to 100 million. Super only coming down 13 million. But putting up 5 billion KP. $15 million here seems a little low. Oh yeah, 1.6 million. Syed was rallying this KVK, so I think that's probably around where he probably needed to stay. $15 million here for King. I mean, by the looks of this, first, like, at a glance, I think we definitely had a little bit more in the tank that we could have swarmed with. Would it have made a difference? I'm not sure. But just at a glance here, I don't know. It seems like there's some that are a little low. Maybe not. It's kind of tough. If you know, you know. Didn't know. Ghost Rider just normally dropping 250 million power. Meanwhile, the previous Kraken of my kingdom couldn't even drop 100 million. Yeah, and in the middle of that, at our past 7, no, was it past 7 or when we went to the opposite side and we started building into Earth Camp in Kingsland, and it was a little bit slow, he just casually chained another 500k calves. Just like nothing. Now let's hope they drop new crystals. I think they will, Skitty. I think they will. I think that the general consensus throughout everyone that I've talked to, poking in on streams and asking people, and this is from Imperium level players, that the tech is very good for young, for lower seeds. It's very good for lower seeds. There's a few tweaks I think that probably need to be made, but not many. I think it's relatively pretty good. Yeah, then as you even get down the list, I think we slim out a little bit too much. I don't think when you fight a kingdom like 960, I don't think 105 million power is going to cut it. But you want to, we like everyone under 110. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I counted this person. Fuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. And then once you get to 100 mil, it's like, eh. So like 33 players between 100 million and 110 million. That's a nice chunk of players, but again, against 960, like those players, like in that range, probably need to like 10 more million power for us to like really be comfortable and healthy swarming through multiple days. So yeah, we just need a little bit more power. And I guess you can maybe kind of throw into, you need people who are a little bit more willing to drop that power too. Especially like for mains. Like I get the whole like thing where it's like, oh, I have farms that I can use, but like kind of need to use your mains at some point too. We were ready for KVK new tech, but myself, I just don't like RoK Anthem maps. Our last KVK, our best uptime was around 330 accounts, and throughout KVK, 430 mains participated successfully. Just imagine that on the field. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Not throwing shade, Hunky. It's just things that, again, against a kingdom like 960, you kind of need. A little bit of shade at, yes, yeah, there, you got to use your mains at some point, you know. And I'll say that this was one of my better KVKs where I didn't really lose. Like last KVK, I got blasted by AoE and lost my 6th March fairly early in Zone 6, which kind of hinders that swarm potential that I can offer. And it's like with the new tech, like everyone should be able to swarm. Like if you're max tech, which it is a little bit cheaper now, everyone can swarm. You know, it's not like there's no question of like, oh, I don't have good tech to swarm. Like, no, most everyone had surprise strike, I want to say. So yeah, we'll see. We'll adjust and adapt as you kind of have to, especially when you take these L's. So all in all, it's still a very good season. I think just a few things to improve on. That's all. We'll be very interested to see what our migration looks like. I low-key would kind of like to grab these last players from 2975, because they did pretty good too. They're probably all in 846. Right? What was the other? Yeah. $17.86. No. Like these players, they didn't drop too much, but maybe they would be good additions. Maybe. I know they're like kind of dedicated Osiris League players too, so potentially could fit in pretty well over here. Just kind of based on that alone. But they are pretty chunky accounts that I think would help. Not a lot of them left, but there's a few. New tech nukes are swarming power. Flags don't drop fast enough. Yeah, I've been playing with that, Rubio, and I think 1093 is probably one of the best suited to kind of take that on. I think your swarm approaches are going to have to be more coordinated. It's not just going to be, okay, everyone swarm. I think the approach is going to have to be, you need like 2 debuffing marches, like hard debuffing marches on these flags to inflict more damage onto them. So like using in a debuffing march, using like a Trajan Phillip, and then using like a Shajar, using like a Trajan Phillip, or that, and then like a Phillip, a Shajar Phillip or something like that. So I think the swarms have to just get a little bit more optimized, where we need to inflict a little bit more from a debuff, because before is because the damage output was so high, you just really want your strongest marches to just nuke the flag down as quickly as possible. But now, especially that you stick, even like my marches weren't dropping into the yellow for like 20-30 seconds. It was a little bit longer than I'm used to. Like usually I'm pulling off of those flags pretty quickly. So I think we have to have a composition of parking a fat account next to a flag makes it way harder to burn. Oh yes, yeah. And 960 is always gonna have that edge. So and I think even too what we implemented last KVK, which was a really nice call from Cine, where we had, this is in the 365 zone, where we had double rallies coming from both sides, and we had the full area around the fort getting blasted with AoE. But again, that works really well against like farm accounts, but these main accounts that are hard stuffing, these accounts that are hard stuffing, they're not going to die from simple AoE like that. Like they'll probably take a little bit of a chunk, but I do think that we need to like optimize the flag swarms a little bit more from a debuffing perspective. Just like 2, you need like 2 consistent debuffing marches that are always going to be hitting, and then you need your full like damage output on the other 8 marches. Like anything like this, targets deal 10% less damage. No. Like obviously Phillip, because you're going to be, you buff for 20% more damage. Alex honestly might, even though I don't think he wasn't the best, but for this alone. But it's tough because I don't know if the damage up to 3 nearby enemy troops, I don't think that affects the garrison. That would be a question for support, unless anyone knows. Like if this affects the garrison, then Alex should always be on a swarm. And then you have obviously Trajan for 25% more skill damage, and then you bring also mixed troops with his swarm now, because you want this increased damage, 20% increase for 3 seconds. So you're going to want a mixed troop swarm with Trajan. And then that dude last KVK for a Swarmer. He used to do Suleiman. What does Suleiman even do? Defense reduction, health reduction for 2 seconds. That's so shit. Reduce target's normal damage, no. And skill damage, no. No, you don't want Suleiman. Shajar, I think you definitely would want to bring because she's going to increase your normal damage for some of the Swarmers. And this is also tough too. Like, I guess like the Swarmers would have to bring a Shajar because... No, actually, no, that wouldn't work. Because this is going to be a random mighty heals up to 3 nearby allied or friendly troops. So, yeah, I guess it would work. But the Swarmers would need to have a Shajar to make sure that the normal damage buffs are hitting their marches and not the random troops that are attack marching around the field. Dan pulls off flags because he hates studs. I pull off flags because it's the optimal thing to do. Sabelli is going to be a must for swarming with Nevsky, Juge with the damage taken increase. Yeah. It is damage taken increase, right? No, he's damage reduction. Troops hit by the skill. Oh, deal. I don't think you care. You want to get the burns. So I don't think you're worried about taking less damage. I think you have to just take whatever damage is being dished out at you. And you do want commanders that are buffing damage. So yes, Belly I think is a must. Dude, even like I hate to be that guy, but like even a Mina for I mean it's a 10% chance, so it's really low, but you want to be inflicting, again, it's a debuffing march, so you're not really worried about those 2 out of the 10 marches that are hitting to be doing damage. You want their debuffs to be popping as much as possible. And it's tough because Arthur's the only one who's going to kind of really give you the ability to proc this a little bit more frequently. I even started bringing Arthur Mina to kind of try and test on swarming some of the rallies, but the rallies are dying a little bit too fast. Dude, even like something like Chandra and exhausting for the debuff on the health and defense. Yeah, it is hunky. I've honestly like contemplated, and that's another thing too. Like maybe for those players who do have attack gear, maybe your swarm marches are going to have attack gear instead of everything else. So Mina expertise. Yeah, there's ways to get around this this like tankiness that the flags are experiencing now due to the changes in crystal tech. So in my opinion, dude, even even Mulan actually looks really good because this is a guaranteed every 5 seconds you're gonna get 20% more damage. So even a commander like Mulan now is like, and again, we're gonna have to kind of play with this a little bit, and I don't know how you do that because you can't really test these things. You have to be within KVK to do them. So that's just my take. I think that you need to bring 2 debuffing marches that are going to enact damage taken increase onto flags, and then your other 8 marches are going to be full on damage, like your traditional swarming marches. See, like even Philip's hard too, unless the swarmers are bringing Philip, because this buff might hit the troops that are attack marching around you. So like even bringing Philip is kind of hard. You don't know if you're going to be getting those damage buffs. 3 seconds. Oh, same shit, hunky. You know what I mean? But damage, anything damage taken increase is just like, I think that's the way to go. If you're getting the scenario where you're getting a whale or a kraken just hard stuffing flags. Let us use other kingdoms, KVKs as rat labs and test it out. Yeah, we'll see. Spread the word. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. And again, I think that this approach is particular to Imperiums, but it could also be the case for lower seeds. We have to see. I mean, we've had such a small sample size on the new tech that we're not sure. We're not sure. Ray, what's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. I don't know who else has a hard debuff. No. Shapur might be good, but again, it's not. He's kind of just slowing down the amount of damage that's going to be dealt. Got a hard debuff in my pants. That's a little weird. It's a little weird, Unky. Boudica Herman, yes. Depending on... Again, if you're really looking to optimize, you have to be careful because there's a lot of things now. Like, you have to imagine that there are 2 infantry march players, and if you're bringing 2 infantry, 3 out of those 4 commanders are dealing smite damage. So on the total of 20 marches that are, or 20 commanders that are hitting a flag, let's say 16 actually, because you're using 2 of those marches, just 2 commanders each, to buff and debuff. And so if one player, say, is bringing 2 infantry, let's say 2 bring it, that's 6 out of your 16 commander slots that can hit a flag that are doing smite damage. So, and we're not swarming with combo, so I guess you still do have a fair amount of skill damage that's being chunked, but it just gotta be aware of what you're swarming with, I would say. But it is definitely a good option, because Boudica, I still really like. Skill damage taken increases 35% is really nice, and obviously we know what Herman does. Nev Belly, yes. Tariq, Sargon, oh yeah, Sargon's like the infantry version of Tommy, so he is a skill debuffing march, or skill buffing march. I think new track gives Herman more value in a 2 cav lineup. I don't know, because your one cav march is going to be a combo damage, unless you're using like Arthur William, and then you'll have you have 3 out of the 4 commanders dealing skill damage. We're discussing the new meta right now, Ray, and like what kind of needs to be done on flags. And my theory crafting is we should probably look to have 2 hard debuffing marches on the target, on the flag, and then bring 8 marches that are just your hard damage dealers. So using a march like a mixed Trajan for the 30% damage increase on his 3rd skill, damage to 20%. Even someone like Mulan, right? This is passive too, so the passive skills of her 4th and Trajan's 3rd would stack. Again, you're not really looking for damage. The additional damage output, of course, would be nice. Not to mention she does give some pretty nice buffs here too. Texting and driving. Yeah, but I still don't see that with the new tech in a 2 cav lineup. I mean, I guess you could, like, you're let's say at the most you're going to be using is 3 skill damage commander. So yeah, I get it does work. But like, do you want to be bringing? You would need 2 archers then, because I think ditching QSH YSG or QSH ZL is just like, I don't know if that's something that most people are going to want to do. Scipio A. His debuff is their troop is hit. I don't know if he actually has a debuff. Oh, it does. Okay. So 25% attack and defense reduction. And then yeah, I think that's it. Attack and defense reduction. No damage taken increase from him. So I think your prime candidates, like you called it out here, is like Sargon, Shajar. She's going to be giving you 20% more normal damage increase for your marches. Although I don't know if that's really optimal, to be honest. His debuff is being infantry. Hunky's in his feels today, yo. Just wants to roast everybody and everything. I guarantee you there's some shitty gold key commander too that's got like a good debuff, and it's like, oh, do you really want to be bringing that? Tomo. That's a skill damage bonus. No. 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 No skill damage reduction. No. No. Yeah, I think it's like Trajan, Mulan. They're the almost standouts because they're always going to be giving you, upon an active skill being launched, they're always going to be giving you, there's no like Mina's nice, but it's a 10% chance for 30%, where these guys are going to give you 20% all the time. Did you mention roast just because I'm a fatty? Trying to make me hungry? You ain't no fatty. I can tell by those feet pics, Hunky. You ain't no fatty. Got no cankles, brother. It's almost tea time for you, so it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think those are like the only ones that are hard damage debuffers. Mulan and Trajan. And then you have Mina, which is a 10% chance. And then you have a bunch of skill damage, obviously, with Tommy, Herman. Belly, obviously, is probably, in this current state, he's probably the best swarmer to have in your lineup for 12% more damage. Damage reduction. There's no debuff on him. Well, he's got one, but it's not a damage debuff. Justinian might be... no, this is just his damage factor. Justinian you might be able to make a case for him because you're gonna output more damage when a target is surrounded, but I think there's still better options. 2,500. And there is a 30% defense reduction for Justinian, which is pretty good. Because like even in your current lineup of things now, like Huo is march speed reduction on primary school. This is damage taken reduction. Nothing here. March speed reduction on Liucha. Baichi obviously is going to be in a swarm lineup. Like a lot of our standard meta commanders that are now a little bit older, like Scipio Prime, Nevsky, where these guys had debuffs on. Actually, where's his debuff? I think it's on his expertise. No, but anyway, where you have these health reduction debuffs, XY with his defense reduction debuff. Like we're not getting a lot of those anymore on these newer age commanders. So that could also be playing into the difficulty of popping some of these flags, especially with the addition of the tanky stats. Disastrous, welcome to the stream. It worked. Let's talk about Justinian Belly as a swarm march. Yeah, I think it's definitely doable. Because I mean that's what I mean, even in Arc, like I'll set up Justinian for swarming. Where the fuck did he go? And again, he is giving you the defense reduction too, which is something that we're kind of lacking with a lot of these now like current meta commanders. And then this is just more damage output. This is a total of actually it's only 500 damage more. And it's a 30% chance. Oh, this has to be if he's leading rally attack, so he's not getting the 30% defense. I think Nevsky Belly might be better, Hunky. Because Nevsky does have a debuff on here. I don't know where it is though. Oh, duh, defense reduction here. Yes. Yeah, I think Nevsky Belly is better. Yeah. But the surrounded skill again is a 30% chance. So it's like, do you want to wait that long to try and get an extra 500 damage? And especially considering again, like what's the max time that someone's really going to be on a swarm? Like 45 seconds to a minute until you have to pull off your yellow troops. And like maybe you get this off, let's say at most 5 times. It's an extra 2,500 damage factor total. It's obviously gonna be a little bit more, but I think the Nevsky coming in with the defense reduction in conjunction with the belly is just a little bit better. Yeah, you're small, Hunky. You're a Garrison guy. You could do Huo as well. I think the thing that we're trying to put together, Disastrous, is we're trying to work out, because of the new tankiness of the KVK tech and what we experience against 960. This is kind of situational, but I think it could be used in other cases, and we'll see in the next KVK that we go into, because I mean, unless we fight 960 again, but I don't see many kingdoms, even at the Imperium level. I don't think there's maybe 5 kingdoms out there that are going to hard stuff flags like that, who like have the players to hard stuff. 2377 being one, 2489, 960, 606, 1875 has some of those players. 365 has some of those players. Like it's situational, but again, my theory is, we're just trying to figure out like how to optimize flag swarms, because in the past with old KVK tech, with so much damage, you can literally just be like, all right, just like anyone swarm, like, and you kind of generally know, just bring as much damage output as you can. But when you're getting faced with flags that are getting hard stuffed, I think you need to bring some kind of damage debuffs into the mix now, because those flags just weren't burning. Like poor Hunter and Ghost were refreshing 3, 4, 5 times to pop a flag if we were even able to. So I think we need damage nerfs onto these flags in the form of Trajans, in the form of Mulans. They're not going to trade well. They're not there to trade well. But you want to get as much damage nerf onto the target as possible to then chunk down. Because 30%, I mean, look, Philip don't do damage, guys. But any Marcha you put Philip with, like when I run my Arthur Philip in last KVK, when it was the new shiny toy before we got Bai Chi and QSH, it was my best performing March by far. You're getting 20% more damage plus 30% damage for having a singular troop type. That's 50%. Obviously, it's a far cry from the 20% that we're talking about. But you can see the impact that the damage increase has for your troops. So it's going to work the same way for damage taken for the enemy. Maid Al Mazroi, welcome to Stream Highness, your channel. Get bigger, mate. Miss you from 1781. Keep it up. Yeah, 1780 gang. Let's go. What's up, brother? Thank you for the kind words. 606. Yeah, I think did I mention him or no? Bad Dawn. What's up, brother? Welcome to the stream. Very few kingdoms can hard swarm you. 960, 7-second swarm on rallies. Not even the route. We're just talking like swarm efficiency. This is a topic right now. I think with rallies you can still. I mean, we weren't having trouble popping rallies really. Those go down rather quickly. Because you can only put one march in at a time. But on a flag where you get an Addy or you get an Ahmad Aziz 250 million power farm account sitting on a flag and stuffing it as much as he can, you need to be able to nerf it somehow with some damage taken increase, I think. BQ just on his first go, which is a good one too. It's 30% chance to take 15% extra damage, but that's fine because he's your strongest infantry march. Well, him and Luce, I think, are pretty like 1A, 1B type deal right now in terms of infantry marches. So like you're always going to be bringing a Bai Chi, I think, to like a swarm scenario. So I don't think you can go wrong there. Yo, Rave, what's up, brother? Me and Rave were talking about this actually a little bit too. About the new KVK tech and debuffing and all that stuff. That's kind of where this conversation started. He caught me on a night where my gummies were kicking in. And I even told him, I was like, man, you got me fucking theory crafting about this shit now. So we'll have to see next KVK. You know, I'll throw the suggestion out there and we'll see if it works. You know, you can even make the case too where it's like, oh, well, you know, maybe you only bring one because if you're putting 30% damage onto a target, but then you're also losing out on all the damage that you're bringing from the other two marches. So like there's obviously it's a theory craft. So we don't know yet, but it's just something that I was thinking about to like better optimize the swarms. Gummies, yummy gummies. Yeah, we actually we had some action against 960 a few nights ago, and it was rather early too. I got home from work and I popped one, and then I was like, they were like, oh, shenanigans are gonna happen soon in Discord. And I was like, is it stream worthy shenanigans? And then like I felt the gummy kicking and I was like, man, I wish I didn't take that gummy because I probably would have streamed a little bit of it too, to be honest, because we had some decent fights. 4 to 5 pairings to swarm, mixing in meta commanders Scipio A, BQ, Tariq Sargon, Nev Belly, Boudica Hermit, something along those lines, Kyria. Maybe that's how we optimize. So that way we're not losing out on bringing, let's say, 4 commanders or 2 marches of like marches that aren't doing any damage at all. But you have to really start intertwining your commander pairings to get something like what you're talking about. Let's see, Disastrous. Let's see. I think most any conquering commander is going to be halfway decent at swarming. Obviously dependent on their kit though. Reduces, yeah, when you're attacking a city or stronghold, reduce the target's normal damage by 30%. That's a good debuff. This commander's troop deals 15% more damage. It's like I would probably even put Tariq with Bai Chi here for 15% more damage. This is kind of similar with what we saw. It's actually almost exactly what Nebu's skill is. 15% damage. But obviously you wouldn't use Nebu nowadays because he's just... I mean, I guess maybe that's a case too, because if you're buffing your own march for 15% damage, it's the same thing as nerfing the target for 20% damage. So like maybe you could make a case for bringing a Nebu in and trying to up your damage because he still has some damage, although it's 1500. So I don't know. Again, it's all purely theory crafting right now. My brain is rather small, so I'm sure that there's going to be other big wigs in 1093 that are going to be able to, you know, kind of figure this thing out. Yeah, I think that's probably the max. So like maybe you bring 1 Mulan and 1 Trajan because you're always going to kind of like 1 march that's going to be Mulan Trajan. So at least you're getting 1 march on there so that all of your marches are going to be getting a 30%, 20% damage bonus at some point. And again, not to mention, Mulan does have some pretty decent buffs too. She buffs all of your stats for 20%. Atoll Takeda is good as well if you're rallying with smite damage. Yeah, that is true too. Yeah. To boost the smite damage taken. We'll probably see a little bit of that too with Subutai as well. To bring a Cav March that has like a Takeda, or you could do Attila because he's got the defense reduction 25%. 10% chance, kind of low, but I mean, I think you take it, right? And again, you're debuffing for the rally that's doing smite damage. So yeah, we'll see. There's definitely some things to kind of figure out and optimize with this new KVK tech. I think there's, you know, the discussions at least have to be made because I don't think anybody was ready for the drastic difference that we noticed in this KVK from not being able to pop any of these flags. It was honestly kind of nutty to see, you know, people refreshing 3, 4, 5 times to not even get a burn. It's honestly kind of deflating. You know, and shout out to those like primary swarmers, Mad Achilles, Hunter, Ghost, obviously, you know, it's really got to chunk down your confidence a little bit when you're constantly sending out marches and it's not really doing anything. Ooh, we got a Shapur rally. So if 1875 is pushed back that much, are they dealing heavy with 489 up here? It looks like it. Yes. Yep, that's where a majority of their players are. Shapur against Gorgo. Toku. Yep, Gorgu Toku. He's got a really whack animation, by the way. You barely see that sword come out, I feel like, times. It's literally just a sword. Skinsy, what's up, brother? Welcome, welcome. Skins, when is your guys' Kingsland? We're actually, wait, Kingsland? You're in HA, yeah, so you have a boring level 7 pass, and then let's see if he'll get the report. Where is the garrison? Garrison's actually probably not over here, would assume. It's honestly probably Katara who is on that. Watch this rally coming on here. Leave you guys here real quick. I'm gonna use the bathroom. Pass 8 August 2nd. Just trying to get well before then. I've been so sick. Oh shit, sorry to hear that, man. Get better soon. Looks like they're not giving the report. Those dickheads. Just gonna pop to a. So I was thinking of hopping on another game, but I honestly just not really feeling it today. We'll give it a go another time. We are gonna have level 4 passes opening in like 36 hours, so that would put me at, today's Tuesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday. So Thursday night I might come back and stream a little bit for level 4 passes if we get some decent action. If not, then I most likely am gonna be floating around this weekend looking to pilot in this KVK, specifically from a 365 POV. So might be on a 365 or 2902, but they have their Kingsland on Friday, so I'm sure that there's gonna be plenty, and which is probably gonna be a pretty long Kingsland too. If our Kingsland was anything like theirs, it's gonna be quite interesting to see. So we'll probably be floating around and doing a little bit of pilot work on the weekend, so be sure to tune into that. I'm gonna leave you guys here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button on the way out. I'm gonna send you guys over to my buddy Big Kane. He is streaming right now. Looks like they are gonna be registering into KVK, and he is doing some arms training as well. Love y'all. Thank you all so much for the support. I'll see you guys this weekend most likely. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace.